Hello everyone. Sorry I'm a hot mess, but I just finished working out and so yeah, I'm kind of a mess, and I'm gonna go in there and take a shower and get all cleaned up and do my makeup for the day. But I figured I would just put this up real quick because I didn't put one up last week and I felt bad about that, so I didn't want to get into doing other things and then forget about you guys. So last week I didn't get my update in because I was my mother was down visiting, and I was kind of spending time with her. And so last week I lost a pound, and then this week I lost 1.2 pounds. So not great losses either one, but I think for about 3 weeks now I've been suffering from overtraining because I found some symptoms for it on the website, on this website, while I was looking up a workout thing, because I've been trying to get myself back into the zone, and I've just been kind of like, and for any of you who are having that problem, you were really hitting it hard, you were doing 90 minutes to 120 minutes of cardio a day, and strength, training, and interval training, high intensity stuff, and then all of a sudden you burned out and you were blah and kind of depressed and kind of just didn't want to deal with it at all, then you might want to look into overtraining, because that's what I found today. Because I've been having a really hard time wanting to track my points. I've been having a really hard time wanting to get up and work out. I've been watching a lot of old seasons of Biggest Loser on Netflix in order to kind of try and find the motivation to keep going. And I've been tracking my points, even though I go over, even though I've gone over a number of times over the last 3 weeks. And I was just like, why am I just all of a sudden blah about this? Why can't I? I mean, because I'm doing really good. I mean, the amount of weight I've lost in the amount of time is really good. I mean, I can't complain. Christopher, stop it. Christopher, stop, please. I can't complain at all. I mean, it's more than 2 pounds a week, and that's really good. And so I was like, why am I getting so blah? But that's apparently why. I looked it up, and it's like, overtraining causes you to feel that way. And so I'm like, okay, I need to start implementing rest days. So I looked up this new workout thing, and I'm going to start implementing that. What it is the 7-phase workout system that you put on your calendar, and you do like 5 days. The first 5 days is phase 1, and you do any kind of work that you want. Anything you want. It's got to be 15 to 45 minutes of anything. It can be cleaning your house, playing with your kids. It can be all-out sprints. It can be whatever you want. Just 5 days to get you kind of into the workout mode. Then it goes in 15-day increments for the next 6 phases. So phase 2, you do 30 to 60 minutes of moderate to high intensity workouts, and there are days when you can do low impact days. So you can choose on that day, okay, today I'm just going to do low impact. I don't really, I need a rest day. So you can have your rest days still. But they're interspersed on very specific days. You also do strength training off and on throughout this, 1 or 2 times a week. The website actually had specific amounts of time per 5-day period, but it says try not to do more than 3 times a week of strength training, but you can do as much as you want, up to 3 days a week, but it has specific ones that it wants you to do as far as the low intensity, and then you have to have done more than 500 minutes of working out in order to move on to the next phase, which is phase 3, where you can do either 30 to 45 minutes of high intensity or 30 to 60 minutes of low intensity. Now the site says and so I thought at first that I had to do both, but then I was looking, and it says it lists the phases where you have to do more than 1 workout in a day, and it doesn't list this one as one. So I'm thinking it was supposed to be or, and it just, somebody accidentally typed it in wrong. But during this phase as well, you have low intensity days where you can choose to just, you know what, I'm tired, I'm going to take a walk for 30 minutes tonight instead of doing a, real high intensity thing. And so you can still have your rest days, which is good. So, and then it has the strength training days, of course, interspersed. Then phase 4 is back-to-back workouts where you do 30 to 45 minutes of high intensity, and then 15 to 30 minutes of low intensity. So you could do like 15 minutes, or I'm sorry, you could do 30 minutes to 45 minutes of running, and then 15 to 30 minutes of walking, you know, that kind of thing. Or you could do, you know, 30 minutes of Zumba and 15 minutes of yoga, something like that. So you're doing high and then low intensity back to back. And then once you've done 675 minutes within those 15 days, you can move on to phase 5, which is 30 to 45 minutes of low intensity and 30 to 60 minutes of high intensity, but they don't have to be back to back. So you could do, like, say, Zumba in the morning for 60 minutes and then do walking in the evening for 30 or whatever. But during this time, you're not able to do low intensity. So that phase, in fact, all the rest of the phases, you don't get any low intensity days where you can only do low intensity. In fact, you're doing low intensity every day during this period because you're doing low and high. So during the phase 4, where you're doing low and high immediately after each other, and phase 5, where you're doing low and high throughout the day, both of them, you don't get low intensity days specifically. Now during this 15 days, you have to do at least 900 minutes of exercise in order to move on to phase 6. So phase 6 is 45 to 60 minutes of high intensity only. You can only do high intensity. You cannot do low intensity during this time at all. So you know, you do HIIT workouts like Turbo Fire, Turbo Jam, and all those, or you do Cardio Insanity, or you do Zumba, or something else that's really a moderate to high intensity workout. So you do that for 15 days, including strength training interspersed. But once again, there are no low intensity days during those days. Now, as long as you've done 700 minutes of workout by the time you reach, say, phase 7, then you can go on to phase 7, which is 2 workouts again. Both of them have to be high intensity for 30 to 45 minutes. So this during this period, you're going to do like 30 minutes of Zumba in the morning and 30 minutes at night, or 45 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes at night, or whatever, so that you're getting your 2 workouts of high intensity only. And once again, there's no low intensity during this time. So there's strength training interspersed, and then once you get to your final day, which for me will be toward the end of July, you're done. You know, you can have some rest time and go on to whatever workout you're going to do next. But yeah, I thought this looked like a really interesting thing to try, and with the large amount of low intensity days, especially toward the beginning, I figure I should be able to get my you know, my kind of rest up time, so that I can, you know, do maybe 1 day a week I'll do just walking, and that way I can get in my workout still, but I'm doing lower intensity in order to let my body have that rest day, because rest days you are allowed to do low intensity workouts, especially if you're doing a lot of higher intensity stuff. So and I'm hoping, because there's a writers convention that I'm going to at the end of July, and so I'm really hoping this will help me to get a large chunk of this of the rest of the weight I've got to get off, and maybe even get me to goal by the time that the end of July rolls around, which is great. So and I'm hoping that having the challenge of I have to do the minimum number every day, and if I don't do the minimum number, I'm not going to make my minimum number of workout minutes in order to move on to the next phase. So I'm hoping that will keep me going, keep me pushing, and I'm hoping that having the rest days, Christopher, not right now. So wish me luck, and I hope that you're doing well. If you're trying to lose weight, I hope you lost a lot of weight this week, and if you are just trying to maintain, or if you don't have to worry about your weight and you just, you know, watching this for whatever reason, you know, because you're following me, or because you're interested, or because you're thinking about it, or whatever, I just hope you're having a great week, and I hope everything goes well for you. So, alright, I better go. That's my daughter deciding she's cranky. So have a great week, and I will see you next week. Oh, and I'm going to be starting to do another little series. It's going to be the top 5, and I'm just going to do random different top 5 things. So look out for that. Hopefully it'll be kind of funny, kind of interesting, and keep you entertained. So have a great one, and I'll see you next time.